Hey everybody, it's Emily at Arg Schooling, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of an extravaganza book haul. I have a huge book haul, I have some unboxings, I have monthly favorites, I have all the things because I finally have a chance to film because level 11 is done. I don't really have confetti, so I'm making a huge mess in my house with grass because I am so happy right now that I finished level 11. It's finished. It's done. I'm done. I'm finished with one thing on my huge to-do list, but it was a huge thing. So I'm very excited. I'm very happy. Now that I've made an enormous mess in my living room, yeah, let's just get into it. I have a massive book haul. And I have an unboxing because I bought myself, like a month ago, I bought myself a box of books from Book Outlet because I was like, I'm going to give myself a treat. This is my like motivation to finish level 11. I was going to have this box of books to open. So that's been sitting here for over a week now waiting to be opened. And I'm really excited to get in there. And then my husband was like, oh, well, wait until this box comes, so he has a box for me that he wanted me to open. I have no idea what that is. I have these two to unbox. So I'm going to do the one for my husband first because I am the most curious about that. I have no idea what it is. So hopefully it's nothing weird or embarrassing. I never know with him. Especially when it's like you have to open it on camera. Bubble wrapped. What? No way. That's awesome. So cool. Oh my gosh, and it's signed? Oh my gosh, it's signed. I have the new Neil Shusterman. I'm so excited right now. I pre-ordered this. I have the real thing coming soon. This is an ARC. But, oh my god, I might cry. It's a signed ARC. That might be the coolest thing ever. I'm so excited! I need to read this like right now. I'm so excited. Thank you! Let's get into the next box. Okay, what did I buy on Book Outlet? Okay, I bought a lot of stuff on Book Outlet apparently. I knew I bought a bunch, but I couldn't remember everything I got. So let's just dive in. Okay, so I have the middle grade novel Chains by Laurie Halse Anderson because I really enjoy her other books and I've never read this one and I thought it might make for a nice read aloud with my youngest. I've heard a ton of people say that this is one of their favorite books. I've never read any John Scalzi. I own another of his books. I think I have Locked In. Still haven't read it. But I keep hearing people bring this book up in particular, and I went ahead and got myself a copy. It's Old Man's War. All I really know about this is it's science fiction, and it's old men going to war in space. They recruit elderly men. I don't know why. I don't know what the backstory is on that, but it sounded really intriguing. Another book that I bought as like a potential read aloud with my youngest is Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson. It's another one I hear people rave about and I've not read yet. And yeah, this is one of those books told in verse. I don't know if it's poems or if it's a story in verse. Either way, I've heard it's wonderful and I'm really looking forward to picking that up. Aw, this is one I actually got from my daughter. Sarah's in college. That's the other big thing that happened this month. We've dropped her off. She is now living in school, and I bought this for her. And well, I wanted to look at it too, but I bought it with her in mind. Slasher Girls and Monster Boys. This is a whole bunch of short stories that are horror, and I believe they're all young adult authors. I think, like Kendar Blake, Jay Kristoff. Mary Lou. So there's a whole lot of young adult, fairly big name young adult authors in here. So I thought she'd like this. She's going to school for creative writing and she is really into horror. So I thought this might be up her alley. I'll have to go and send it to her. I have The Dark Days Club by Allison Goodman. Honestly, this is one of those books that I saw the cover and the title and I was already ready to buy. I didn't really need more than that. I think this is sort of a Victorian mystery or something along those lines. I don't know. I know it's Victorian. I know it looks amazing. And yeah, it's such a pretty cover. Like, I don't know. I'm a sucker for that kind of font too. These next two, I actually already own these books. I just wanted these particular copies. This one, I needed a new copy. My Frankenstein copy is really old. I got it at least 10 years ago, probably longer than that, and it was a used book when I bought it, and so it's kind of sad. In sad condition, so I wanted a new copy, and I thought this cover looked interesting, so, and it was really cheap for a new copy. So I now have a new copy of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and then this one, I just like this copy. I have American Gods already, but I saw this book cover and I love those really kind of cheesy, weird 80s, 90s book covers. I don't know, I just think they're really fun, and that is what this screamed at me, like, just love this cover. I have The Gallery by Laura Marks Fitzgerald. This, I believe, is supposed to be very Great Gatsby-ish. It takes place in the 1920s, and yeah, it has a lot of Great Gatsby vibes. An eccentric recluse, a self-absorbed newspaper magnate, a shady footman, a mansion with a secret, and one girl who has the moxie to see everything for what it is. Like, it's basically a YA version of The Great Gatsby, I think. I finally got myself a copy of Carrie Fisher's Wishful Drinking. I've been wanting to read her memoir for forever, and everyone always raves about it. I just really wanted to read it, so now I have that. The last book in the box is The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. This is another one that I've been hearing rave reviews about, and yeah, I've had it on my list for forever. That, like, when it came out, I wanted it. Mainly because the cover is gorgeous. It's a fairy tale-ish retelling. It just sounds really great. I'm hoping it's good. So that is my book outlet unboxing and the gift from my husband. So that, as if that's not enough. That could have been an entire video in itself, but no, there's more. I have huge piles of books over here. So I'm going to take like a brief interlude to talk about some favorites. So all the books and things I'm showing you are things that I purchased in the month of August. So we went to see the new Winnie the Pooh. What is it? Christopher Robin. It was really cute. I'm not going to do a full review on it because I don't have time in this video. I don't want this to be an hour long. But it was really cute. We really liked it. And I went and got this adorable Winnie the Pooh pop. I don't know if you can see how, there's like too much glare. He's glittery. He's very, very, very shiny. So cute. I love Winnie the Pooh. And I couldn't pass this up. It's a Hot Topic exclusive. Very cute for my pop collection. And we went on a trip to Connecticut with my youngest, and we went into this Irish store, and I saw this hat, and I needed it. It's one of those, like, 1920s, 30s kind of, I don't even know what you call this kind of hat. I always think of them as hats from the 30s. I don't know what they're actually called, but I just thought it was so cute. It's wool, and I wanted it. I just think it's really cute. So I have that. I'm not even a hat person, but in the winter it's nice because, you know, you get cold enough, you put anything on your head to stay warm. And I just think this is really, really cute. And my other fun little thing that I got is eyeshadow. I got these two palettes. They're both from BH Cosmetics, and they just are the prettiest palettes I ever saw. I'm not even a huge makeup person. I like makeup. It's fun, but I don't have like an enormous collection. This is probably the biggest palette of eyeshadow I've ever bought, and then I bought another one. Like, it's crazy, but they're so pretty. So this one is the Galaxy Chic, and just the colors in here are so pretty, and they're so pigmented and vivid. They're pretty to wear too. I just love it. It's so pretty. How many times can I say that? It's so pretty. But it really is. I'm wearing it right now, actually. I have on one of the shades from in here. What did I do? I did Meteor on the inner part of my eyelids. And if I can put this back. And then from the Supernova palette, oops, which I'll show you right now. Again, so pretty. Look how pretty those colors are. And in this one, I think, what am I wearing? I'm wearing Capricorn, this one, on the outer part of my eyelids, and then some of the Lyra under my eyelids and in the corners. So, very pretty. I'll get closer. I don't know. I've had this on all day, so I don't know how well you can even see, if it's even going to look right anymore. But that's the other thing too. They do last a really long time during the day. Like, they don't rub off that well. They don't fade off, flake off, any of that. Oh, can't close the box. So I really like these. I got them both on Amazon. I don't usually buy makeup on Amazon. I'm always a little bit paranoid, but they were such a good price and they had really good reviews. And I can honestly say they are really good quality. Okay, back to the books. I have a lot here. And some of it is stuff I've been buying with things in mind. Some of it is just stuff I wanted. So I'm just going to kind of go through this giant mountain of books. So first, I just wanted to say I ended up adding one more book to level 11 before I finished it. I was doing the History of English elective, and I was like, I really needed one more thing in there. So I went ahead and I added Eats, Shoots, and Leaves by Lynn Truss. This is a great little book about grammar. It's really fun. I'm going to be working on the next Harry Potter unit study in like the next couple of weeks. I'm taking some time. It's not going to happen right now because I needed a little break from too many things. So probably at the end of next month I'm going to start that. And for the 6th unit I'm thinking potions. It's Half-Blood Prince. It seems appropriate for the Hogwarts course to be potions. So I have a couple books that I picked up. So I have Drawn to Science, Your Guide to the Periodic Table by Gil Arbuthnot. And it's about the periodic table. And I have How to Make a Universe with 92 Ingredients, an Electrified Guide to the Elements by Adrian Dingle. And again, it's one of those great illustrated, lots of information and little tidbits kind of books. So that one sounded fun. This is something my husband actually picked up. We have a copy somewhere, but it's really old and kind of sad. And I said, you should get this one because I saw it when we were at Barnes & Noble a while back, so he found it on eBay, I think. But this is the Jurassic Park and Lost World bind-up that they had at Barnes & Noble. It's super pretty. It's one of those books that you just want to have on your shelf because it looks really nice. And so, yeah. I don't know, I've never read Jurassic Park. I don't know when I'll get to this, or if he's going to read it. I think he might read it. It's one of those books that I've wanted to read, but I've also been kind of afraid to read, because at this point I've seen the movie so many times that I don't know if I can, like, accept a different version of events. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll read this sometime. These next two books I got for my son. He is hoping to go to the same college my daughter is at. She's going to NHIA, New Hampshire Institute of Art, and they have a really great creative writing program. That's why she's there. They also have a comic arts major, and they have illustration, and that's what my son wants to do. He wants to write comic books, essentially. And so I got him, I looked at their book lists, because obviously I had to go and help my daughter buy her books, but I looked to see what else they had on their book lists for other things that we might want to do or look into. And so I bought these two based on their book lists. For my son, I got him Understanding Comics, The Invisible Art by Scott Mccloud. It's all in comic format, and it's all about comics. So I just thought that was really neat. I'm excited to read it. And I'm hoping he gets something out of it. So I have that for him. We're going to be doing a sort of, and I'll go more in detail when I do a video about what we're doing for school, but we're going to be doing a bit of a comic arts course this year. And we're also going to be doing a literary analysis with comics course because I want him to read more comics. But I also got this book, is Drawing Words, Writing Pictures by Jessica Abel and Matt Madden. This is a definitive course from concept to comic in 15 lessons. This is a little bit advanced. I mean, it is, I got this based on a class they're taking it for comic arts in college, but I just wanted to get it for him to kind of look over and, I don't know, use, hopefully, and get something out of. It's a hefty book, too. But it sounds really neat. I'm hopeful that it's useful for him. If nothing else, in 2 years, hopefully they're doing the same course and we'll already have the book. Unless a new version comes out, which, you know, that happened to my daughter. One of the books, oops, ouch. One of the books that was scheduled for her, one of her classes, I was like, we have that, awesome. And then she says, no, I need the 2018 edition. We have the 2013 version. So I was like, of course, whatever. But anyhow, so I picked up The Night Diary by Vera I'm saying that wrong, Hiranandani, and this sounded really neat. This is a, I think it's middle grade. Yeah, this is a middle grade historical fiction novel about a girl living in India during the partitioning of India and Pakistan. And it sounded really interesting, and I love reading books that take place in different cultures and during major events in history. And so I haven't read anything that takes place during this time in this place, so I thought it sounded really neat. I also picked up this book for my daughter, just something silly and cute that I thought she would appreciate. It's called The Bad Guys by Erin Blady, and it spoke to me because I don't know if she still does, she used to, most of the time. Her favorite characters were always the villains in everything. If there was a bad guy, that was her favorite character. So I thought she might like to read a book like that. And the bad guys in this are cute. They're like a shark and a wolf, and I don't know, they just looked really cute to me. So, is it quality literature? Probably not, but I liked that it was sparse text and lots of pictures, and she will appreciate that. This is a book I had picked up as a potential for level 11, and it didn't make it in, but I still have it, so I'm going to read it at some point. It's called Woe Is I, The Grammarphobe's Guide to Better English in Plain English by Patricia T. O'Connor, and actually I might pass this on to my daughter. She might find it useful, because one of the books she had to get for school is about grammar. I think it's Grammar Girl's Guide to Better Writing or something like that. So I might send this to her because it's basically just a whole bunch of stuff about grammar. And she is a grammar nerd. She would really enjoy this, I think. I also picked up The Tiger's Daughter by Arsenault Rivera. I've heard a lot of good things about this novel. This is fantasy, and I've heard a lot of people say it's wonderful. I don't actually know a lot going in because I don't like to know too much when I pick up a new book, but it's high fantasy. I think this has some Asian cultures in it, which is really cool because usually fantasy is very, very much like European Middle Ages type stuff. So I was excited that this is sort of an Asian style fantasy. And yeah, that's what I know going in. I picked up The Lost Art of Reading Nature Signs by Tristan Ghuli. I heard someone mentioning this book and how useful it was. I wanted to get my hands on it and look at it, but I'm also thinking that one of the projects I have on my to-do list that I'm hoping to get to sometime in the near-ish future is I've had a lot of requests to separate out the high school electives into individual units so that you can mix and match. And I thought this might be a nice addition to the survival skills course that's currently in level 9. And so I thought I might work this in, but I'm hoping to also do some nature stuff. We haven't really done a lot this year. This past school year we did almost nothing nature study. It just never happened. And I really wanted to do something this year, and so I'm thinking we might work our way through this slowly over the year and just sort of do one thing each week. When we were in Connecticut, we went to Mystic, and there was a cute little bookstore, and that's where I got these next two books. I got Kid Authors, True Tales of Childhood from Famous Writers. I also have the Kid Artist book, and I was thinking this would be fun to read as well. As part of our morning basket, read a biography each week about either an artist or an author. So that's what I have in mind for this. I also finally, I've had so many people recommend this series to me, so I have this now. I bought A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. I actually don't know beyond the fact that there's witches, and I think it's urban fantasy. If I'm wrong, let me know. But that's the impression I get from this series, is that it's kind of an urban fantasy, and there's magic, and I don't know, but everyone tells me I should read it. So I have the first book. I think I just heard somebody say the fourth book is coming out next month. So I guess I need to get reading. But I don't know. I'm both excited and afraid to read this series, because whenever people hype a book to me, I end up not liking it, and I don't want that to happen. I want to like this because so many people love it, so I'm a little nervous. And when we were at the aquarium, I saw this book and decided to wait until I got home to buy it because it was way too expensive in the aquarium. I don't know why they price things so high in those gift shops. It's crazy. But when I got home, I ordered it for her. Coral Reef, Cities of the Ocean by Maris Wicks. My daughter loved the Human Body Theater book that Maris Wicks wrote. It was one of her favorite books last year. And so when I saw that she had a book about coral reefs, I decided we needed it in our collection. It's written like a comic, and it's all about coral reefs. It's bright and colorful, and I think it'll be fun to read. Still more books to go through. So next up, I picked up The Miseducation of Cameron Post by Emily M. Danforth. I heard this was getting made into a movie. I went and looked at the trailer for it, and then I immediately bought the book because it just looked like such an interesting story. This is about a girl who's forced into one of those conversion therapy group home things because her family can't deal with the fact that she's gay, and it's her experience in the camp or group home. I don't know if you call it a camp or a group home. I don't know. Either way, that's what the story's about. And I went and looked up the trailer because Chloe Grace Moritz is playing the lead in this, and I love her. She's amazing. So I was very excited. Hoping to pick this up soon, and then I don't know when I'll get a chance to see that movie. During Booktubeathon, I finally picked up Every Heart a Doorway, so then I immediately went and bought Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shauna Maguire. But we already have the third book. I wanted the sequel because I want to read the whole thing. So I'm very excited to pick this up. This is the prequel. This is a prequel about some of the characters and what happened to them before the first book. And then the third book, I think, is the direct sequel. I don't know. And then there's a fourth book coming out sometime soon, too. Then I picked up This Mortal Coil by Emily Sue Vada. And this one is a young adult sci-fi thriller, I believe, and it has something to do with genetics. I think it's like a dystopian. In the future, people can change their DNA and have different traits, and this girl is a hacker, and there's some sort of like disease, I think, that's going to wipe out all the people, and I don't know, something to do with that. It sounded really cool. I enjoy a good thriller. It had really good reviews, so I'm hoping that it's good. And I also have Mary's Monster, Love, Madness, and How Mary Shelley Created Frankenstein. Frankenstein is one of those books that I come back to frequently. I enjoy the story a lot. I love Mary Shelley's writing, and this just looks like such a neat book. It's illustrated. It's a story told in verse, I believe, but there's just beautiful black and white drawings throughout, and I just think it looked really neat. I really was intrigued by the book, and I just wanted to have a copy because it's so pretty. So it's like a story in verse about her life, and it's illustrated. And yeah, let me just grab this pile. This last couple of books, if you guys can believe this, I have started collecting for level 12 because I'm determined this year I'm going to get a head start. I'm not going to like overburden myself in the middle of the summer again. This last year was just too rough. I started later than I intended due to extenuating circumstances, and it was just the last 4 months, I would say, have just been utter chaos, and I'm not doing that again. So I've started collecting. So I bought some spines mainly. I have the cartoon History of the United States by Larry Gonick, because at this point I kind of feel like I have to use the cartoon guide. When I saw they had a US one, I was like, well, of course, I love these. They're so much fun. They're witty, they're really well done. There's so much information told in such a fun way. So I'm hopeful that this is as good as all the other ones. And then I also have A Different Mirror, A History of Multicultural America by Ronald Takaki. I'm so bad with names. This looked really interesting and I've heard good things about this. I know there's also one that's for younger readers, A Different Mirror, something. I think it's called the same thing. It's just for younger readers. I also have an Indigenous Peoples History of the United States by Roxane Dunbar Ortiz, and I think this also looks really solid, so I intended it was going to be one or the other, but at this point it might be both. And then I've also picked up this novel because as soon as I saw the title, I was like, oh, that needs to be in level 12. It sounds perfect. So this is a potential for 12. It's Americanized, Rebel Without a Green Card by Sarah Sadie, and it's a memoir about, I believe her family fled Iran, and she doesn't know she's an illegal immigrant. They came to America when she was very small, and she finds out when it says when she and her older sister were trying to get jobs, and they found out they couldn't because they were here illegally. So yeah, so it sounded like a really great read. So, and also I just really want to read this. I read the first book in the Persepolis series, which I also want to finish reading, and so I wanted to read more about Iran and the Iranian Revolution and all of that. So I was hoping to pick this up soon. And I also appreciate that it's a memoir, so this is a true story. So, okay, that was the last one. I don't even know how many books that was. It was a lot. I usually try to stack. I don't know if I can. I don't know if it's going to work. Let me attempt. This is silly. So, did you get any new books lately? Don't tell me about them. I don't need any right now. I am booked. I am all booked. I have all of the books. Like all of them, literally, in my house. I don't even know where these are going. I've actually run out of shelf space in the last couple of months. Yeah. Oh, no, there's one more. I missed one. Ha! I missed one. 33. I can't help. Okay. So, the 33 books. Okay, so yeah, I ran out of shelf space and I'm gonna hopefully fix that soon. It's in the plans to rearrange. I don't know if you can even see me right now. I'm in the shadow of this mountain of books. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, I hope you hit the subscribe button down below for more content. Now that I'm done with the level 11, I hope that I'll be able to get more videos up relatively consistently. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Happy reading. Bye!